All right, well, welcome folks to this little video. I'm standing here in front of beams. They are covered right now and tarped. These humongous beams are going to be going into our church onto the top there. They're load bearing. It's going to be quite a thing. I believe that's happening this Monday, whatever that would be, May 25th, I think that is. And so that's exciting because that takes us to the next kind of phase of the building project. But what's even more exciting to us is that you can gather here this weekend to worship the Lord with us. We understand, as we've mentioned before, that there are those who can't right now, and we totally respect and appreciate that, so we will continue to live stream our 11 a.m. Sunday morning service. But for those who can gather, this is exciting times. Saturday the 23rd at 7 p.m., Sunday morning the 24th at 9 a.m., and then again at 11 a.m. we will gather. And what we want to do in this video is show you a little bit of what it's going to look like when you arrive and how it's going to work. Now, depending on which service you have signed up for the sake of limiting cross-contamination, we're actually doing some of the services on different floors. So depending on which service you're at, you might be upstairs or you might be downstairs. So we want to kind of show you the process for either floor. So we'll start with downstairs. So follow me, would you? Let's go. As you come in, I feel like Rick Mercer walking around here. As you come in, you're gonna see here some lovely orange lines that we have 6 feet apart. So your family's gonna come. If there's a lineup, we're asking you to come, by the way, 30 minutes before your allotted service, just so that we can get everyone in a timely manner. So once you are there, and assuming that everyone shows up on a time, right? Yes. So you're gonna get there and there might be a bit of a lineup. So you're gonna stand, wait, and when the next family in front of you moves up, you can move up, etc. You get the point. And we'll come in, there's lines all the way around. Sorry, I'm going too fast.
Well, your camera guy's got to walk backwards.
So you'll come in, eventually see all the lines down here as well. And then eventually, you will be able to enter the building. By the way, when you're in the parking lot, someone is going to be directing you as to which spot to go to, where to line up, all those things. And then someone's going to meet you at the door. The door will be open. You will not need to physically touch the door. That will be open. It will be well sanitized. You can come in the open door. Then once it's your turn, you're going to stand here and wait, and you will be directed. When it's your turn to go, here's what you're going to do. You're going to come in, and right here is an immediate sanitizing station. You can pump hand sanitizer. If you have an offering and you want to give it in hard copy form, you can just drop it in this plate. You don't need to touch anything. Just drop it there, and it will be well looked after, and then off you go. Your family will have a labeled set of chairs. We don't have the labels on them yet, nor do we have all the chairs set up. We just did a few for the sake of example right now. You will come, and we have a few chairs here. So let's say you're designated to, let's say you're a big family. Well, then you'll come over here and you'll have your name on the chairs and you can sit together with your family. You'll notice we have ample space in between the chairs. The chairs behind you are 6 feet behind you. These chairs here are actually about 10 feet apart. In the middle, we have another hand sanitizer station so that if you feel you need to in the middle of the service, let's say maybe you go to the washroom and you come back, you can pump some hand sanitizer. We'll have some of those things also in the washrooms that you can sanitize there as well. And the service will take place, and we will rejoice in the fact that we can worship the Lord together. So that's a little bit of our Saturday night. Oh yeah, and then at the end of the service, when we conclude, you'll stand up and there will be someone directing traffic. Again, don't leave your seats yet. You will be ushered out one family at a time. Again, for the sake of distancing, and the same thing, the door will be open. You won't need to touch it. You'll be ushered out. And that way we can maintain our physical distancing and stay as safe as possible. So that will be how the service takes place if you're down here. Now let's go upstairs and take a look at that, shall we? We know that there's going to be some curiosity. We're in the middle of, oh, by the way, as you can see, we are in the middle of a building project. So while we are going to have this place sanitized to no end, there is dust. So if you don't like dust, get used to it. There is some. And we're going to try to clean up everything as much as we can, but there are going to be some tools laying around. That's just part of the process. So we want you to be aware of that. But because of the building project, we also know you're very curious. Yeah, Bryce, show them a little bit. So this is down here. We're underneath what used to be this little empty area, but now it's being closed in. And so there's a lot of curiosity you're going to have about what the rest of the building looks like. And certainly we understand that. But whatever floor your service is on, we are asking you not to go to the other floor. Just for the sake of sanitization, making sure we don't have any germs being spread to different floors, all of those things. So even though your curiosity will probably get the best of you, we're just saying please respect that for now, for the sake of the health of everyone involved. So we're going upstairs now. As we come up here, same thing, you'll be directed, and there are lines right here. So you'll stop, same thing. If it's, you'll stop here at the line. When it's your turn, you'll go, you'll keep going and going. And then we have the lines going up the ramp. We have to only have them, anyways, you get the point. There's distancing, etc., etc., etc. So we'll come around. You'll eventually make your way up. And we'll get into the building. Same thing, the door will be open. You won't have to touch the door. You can just simply walk in without having touched anything. Once you enter the building, in much the same way, you're going to come in, and over here we have a hand sanitizer station. You can again drop your offering here. We have a hockey stick here. I don't know if that's staying, but we are Canadian.
And we miss hockey.
Our workers have had a little bit of fun. And again, as you can see, it is a construction zone. So there are things that are just going to be kicking around, and so we trust that you'll be understanding of that. Even in the sanctuary, as we're in the process of, fixing it up, renovating all those things, we did our best to clean it up, and we'll clean it even more between now and the weekend, but it is what it is. So here we are, and you can see the chairs here again. You'll be ushered to your designated spot. There'll be labels on these chairs, so whichever is your family, let's say you're a family of 3 and this is your spot, you'll be taken here. And in the same way, we have sanitizer here. If you go to the bathroom and you want to have sanitizer on your way back, certainly it's available for you. And the same thing, we will have the service. We will worship the Lord together with gladness. And then at the end of the service, same thing, we will escort you out one family at a time. So again, it maintains physical distancing and it keeps everyone safe. So that's just a little bit of the process that we're going to go through this weekend. We really look forward to seeing you. We can't stress that enough. We are excited about that. For those who are watching online, we miss you, but we also understand. And so we look forward to this weekend and the opportunity to praise the good Lord together.